Bottle of beer, right over here, bottle of beer, ice cold bottle of beer, beer, what do you hear, what do you hear, give 'em a chair, right over here, beer, bottle of beer, give 'em a chair, bottle of beer, bottle of chair.
Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56 and my cameraman and fellow beer reviewer and faithful Indian companion, John Doe, coming to you with beer review number 68. And what time is it? It's that time of year for pumpkin beers. And today we're going to be reviewing this KBC, which is Kennebunkport Brewing Company Pumpkin Ale. Now, as it happens, I didn't find this out till after I had gotten this beer and did some research on it. It turns out that we have reviewed this very beer before, but it was under a completely different name. It was back in 2014. It was our beer review number 3, our Halloween beer review, and this same beer from the same company was under the Shipyard Brewing name, and it was called Pumpkinhead or something like that. I can't even remember it now, but anyway, it was a completely different name, but from my research it's the same beer. I'll have the link to that beer review down below in the description box, so if you want to, you can check it out and compare our review of it this time to 3 years ago under the different name. I'll tell you a little bit about this. I bought this at Trader Joe's, and one thing that I can say about this is that it is a very inexpensive beer. It only cost $1.09. That's pretty cheap for beer. Yeah, that's right. I got it written down here. It was when it was known as Shipyard Pumpkinhead Ale, is what we reviewed. This is brewed by Feral Jack's Restaurant and Brew Pub in Kennebunkport, Maine. It says the birthplace of Shipyard Ale, Feral Jack's has been a brew with a view since 1992. It says we have a 7-barrel system which supplies all the ales we pour in the pub. We pour 7 year-round ales and have 4 rotating seasonal ales on drought at any given time. It says Kennebunkport Brewing Company Pumpkin Ale is a golden amber colored ale with hints of pumpkin, cinnamon, and nutmeg, as crisp and refreshing as the season itself. It's kind of like pumpkin pie, if pumpkin pie were beer. The seasonal seasonings deliver the promised profile which enhances rather than distracts from the overall ale experience. Well, we'll see about that. The beer is available only through the autumn. The alcohol by volume on this is 4.7%. And it says the brewer markets the same or near same product by more than one name. Why they would do that beats me. This can be the result of a brewer distributing this beer under different names in different countries, or the brewer simply changing the name but not the recipe at different points in time. Like I said, doesn't make any sense to me to do that, but you know. Okay, this is what it looks like. You can. I couldn't find it in the bottle, although they do come in bottles. And now let's pop it open. And give it a pour. Yeah, I know that was a slightly aggressive pour, but I kind of wanted to highlight the bullet in the new glasses. I saw these, I thought they were cool, so I bought 2 sets, 1 set for me and 1 set for my subscriber appreciation giveaway that's going on. So those of you that enter for the beer package on that giveaway, this is what they look like. Okay, John, come on around here.
All right.
Well, it's got plenty of white head.
It sure does.
It's a very tight head. I mean, it's a really tight head. Smells very lightly of the pumpkin spice.
Mm-hmm.
It has a light golden color, maybe just the slightest orange tint to it. What do you smell?
I smelled a little bit of hops, and also the pumpkin.
Do
Yeah, I did. Just a little bit of sweet.
Maybe it's just having a hard time getting through the head.
Maybe so.
Yeah, it is a sweet smell. So well, let's give it a taste.
Smooth, pumpkin-y.
It's smooth. It's easy going down.
Yeah.
It's very light mouthfeel.
I do taste cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg.
I taste a little cinnamon. I taste some pumpkin, but it's a very subdued flavor. There's a slight sweetness and a very slight hop bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
Very slight. I think that the sweetness and the slight sweetness, the slight bitterness are about equal.
That is a strong head on this.
Mm-hmm. It does not taste like a pumpkin pie to me.
No,
Not like they're talking about.
but it is smooth, subdued. It's not a real strong flavor.
You know, it's one of those beers I wouldn't want to drink every day, but once a year, no
I
problem.
can go that, yes.
It goes down easy and goes down smooth, like we said. The head is really hanging around. And I think that's one of the tightest heads I've seen.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you could almost hold this thing upside down and it wouldn't pour
Come
the
out.
beer out.
Yeah,
Almost.
almost.
I'm not going to try that experiment. I really would have expected more pumpkin pie flavor, based on how they describe it and how pumpkin beers are usually hyped
Yeah,
to be like like this says, a pumpkin pie if it was a beer. No. It has some pumpkin flavor. It has a little bit of cinnamon flavor. You tasted the clove, but I didn't.
yeah.
And just a touch of sweetness. But it really tastes nothing like a pumpkin pie. Not like what I think of when I think of pumpkin pie taste. But it's not a bad beer.
No, it's not.
So, for that reason, as a seasonal beer, I'd give it thumbs up.
I will too.
Okay.
It's really good. It's not aggressive.
Yeah.
It's got a good smooth flavor.
If you want a pumpkin beer, but you don't want one that slaps you in the face like pumpkin pie, this would be a good one to get, and you can't argue with the price, $1.09
No.
over at Trader Joe's. So, all right, well that takes care of beer review number 68. And when I found out that we had reviewed this 3 years ago under its other name, I went and checked it out and saw how we reviewed it. And if I remember correctly, I think we reviewed this one pretty much the same way. So it is the same beer. Well, until the next beer review, this is Spec Ops 56 and my fellow beer reviewer John Doe saying cheers.